Alrightians, guys. I'll say this to you. Anything that you have to always shell out money for and buy because you're told you need it and because you're taught to be perpetually in pain. Every little thing is a pain because every little thing you're depressed or you got anxiety. Not against it. I'm pro-choice. Or if you want to say smoke pot, if they make it recreational legal, fine. If you want to smoke a cigarette, fine. I actually quit smoking cigarettes when I was like 19. I think I used to wear a bandana and sunglasses, and I was trying to imitate Guns N' Roses and LA Guns and all these bands that were doing bandanas and the cigarette. And when I started working and getting my own money, I went the other way and said, you know what, cigarettes are going up and up, and the parents seem more and more stressed and are smoking more and more cigarettes. And I'm like, what the hell? And some of your own, or even your friends in some cases, where they're almost like want you to be down with them, even some of your friends, like you get real mad, say, if you're not, say, into the cigarettes anymore, like. But the marijuana thing, it's not really your God. If that's your choice and you want to call it that, or pills, but then I understand people are older, things hurt them and all that stuff too. Go ahead, have it. And if you're going to die sometime real soon, if you got some illness where you got only so long to live, you can have any damn thing you want. Get all hied up like a kite and play your favorite music and go into whatever land you feel like you're going to without, and I don't feel like I have to apologize to atheists or evolutionists or whatever. Whatever you want to believe you're going to be, do it. But I don't believe that thing where I don't want to take it off of people, but I'm saying it's not your God. Anything you got to shell out money, and you always got to come up with money for. And say you have plenty of money to waste on it, fine. But say if things go financially down for you, anything that you don't need, that you can't eat or drink to get some kind of protein to live on. And I put in parentheses these people with their little anime. I'm not against anime, but everybody that didn't like my wild dandelion or purslane foods that a lot of people on YouTube all over the world are putting on YouTube channels, I'd rather have that for free than have to buy people's weed or other stuff. But yeah, some people that want to, I think when they're legalizing that shit, I think they're allowing some people to grow their own plants, but limited. That you're not allowed to sell or distribute it. They have regulations. Well, it's varying from place to place. It's big business for you to be hurting and to be sick, and always feel like you have to numb yourself. I had one dude saying on there, like the Henry Rollins pot thing, some pot smokers are so, not all of them, but the ones that are saying the negative comments, they seem pretty triggered and mad. I believe what Henry Rollins said. It's a plant. But I'm sure Henry ain't saying you're not allowed to have it. I have Henry's view on it, a version of it, pro-choice. But it's not a reason for living. But if you want it to be your reason for living at the same time, it's your fucking business, right? But my philosophy is about getting over anything that, in the long run, that you can't eat or drink. Oh, ain't that cool? It's those trucks that ride on the railroad tracks, the maintenance trucks. But anyway, what was I middle of saying? What that noise interrupted me. My thing is, anybody getting all pissy with me on before listening to the whole thing. Well, some people get pissy about it anyway, because anybody who is gratified by, wanting to get over financially and even physically and not needing it, the ones that get mad, that's big business. Or some of the ones that do smoke whatever. What do they care whether I don't bother with it or not? I'm not trying to take it off of them, but it's like some people that want to get really pissy or bitchy about it are the ones that, oh, it doesn't hurt them, I'm not trying to take it off of them, but the ones that get the most pissed off about it seem to be, there's this, how hateful and mad some people get when you have a better way of getting over, you walk more confidently, and you don't want to be, and you can manage even pain differently, and you can even put yourself through pain through other stuff that I do on my YouTube and all that. But my case is not trying to take it off of you, but there's something about it. It enslaves you too. You think that people that sell you that stuff and want to expand legalization of that? Well, and plus I also believe, talking in parentheses here, I'm not a Scientologist, but I do believe in that YouTube videos and the website called An Industry of Death. I found out one time that was Scientology. I'm not a Scientologist, but I agree with what they're saying on there about antidepressants and all kind of drugs. They're trying to say you have OCD, PTSD, and every kind of depression, or yeah, they want to say if you want to do some kind of exercise to empower yourself, you have a disorder. Or they want to make everything a disorder. They want you to be docile and dependent on them financially. It's big business. And if even to the point where they don't have to bleed out all your money, it'd be big business for them to provide marijuana, antidepressants, and have your fucking state, through whatever Obamacare, whatever the fuck programs it is, pay for it for you. A lot of people want that. If you get your marijuana for free, your antidepressants for free, and it don't come out of your pocket, them fucking people are still getting paid. So it's in their best interest to promote it. And actually, they'll get, I don't want to bring up the gang stalking videos though, but yeah, I do believe you can get doxxed or gang stalked or whatever if you're not against the shit they do, but you're not into it. A better way. You're not a sheep. Kind of like John Carpenter's They Live. We got one that don't need our products. We can't have too many of them around, and they're walking around too, like, and they'll find out you're walking around with your head too high, without being high on anything, and you're not depressed and dependent on anything. Oh, they hate you. You get gang stalked to a certain point, if you're too openly against it. But even though you say you don't want to take it off anybody else, and you know the game, it's just like Rowdy Piper and the other black gentleman in the movie. We got somebody that can see. Let's fuck with him. Yeah, there's like virtue signal and pressure of actually nobody outright forcing you, but you won't have no friends, you'll get made fun of, or people will fuck with you because you don't. They want to say that they're the majority of it and you're the minority, and get you, and pretty soon you're doing it when everybody. There's a book I'm gonna be reading called The BS Syndrome, a rereading of it in my videos. It actually says, a quote from that book says, when you do something or accept something because everybody else is doing it, you're actually being intimidated into it. And I believe that is true. But yeah, before I end this video, yeah, the BS Syndrome, I have videos that I left on there. A lot of background noise on there, but since I spoke of it, I'm going to take them down when I start rereading the book. But a lot of key points in there. Oh yeah, I had one person, he's being sarcastic. What a great book, where can I get it? I told him where you can get it. but I think he's doing it just to mock me. Oh, anything that recognizing BS is either a conspiracy theory or you're just some. And what they do is patronize you like they want it, but using sarcastic words, right? And they know that you're onto them if you. They know you're ready to get sweared at or trolled a certain kind of way, whether in real life or on the internet. So some are smarter. They won't curse you out or belittle you in any kind of way, but they'll sarcastically patronize and belittle in a different way, you know, a kind of a shame banning, very ineffective way. Or certain people in real life that they'll use this real toothy grin when they're asking you questions and patronizing you, and they think you're intimidated, but in reality, when they're smirking at you with doing it too toothy, in reality, you can tell they're gritting your teeth. They're gritting their teeth and being like pissed off at you. So it's like, well, you get the people that inside they don't really like you, and maybe they're really making some effort and trying to understand something, and they're trying to smile cordially, but they're actually gritting their teeth. And then there are people come right up to you. You're not forcing your beliefs on them. They fucking asked you. Not like you're forcing it down their throat, but the real toothy grin that you're supposed to be intimidated by, right? But you can fucking see it, that they're actually gritting their teeth in anger, but they're desperately trying this real toothy grin when they come up to you, ask you questions about your fitness routines they catch you doing, or when they ask you cordially to try to be friendly, do you get high? You go smoke pot at the workplace at lunchtime and asking why you don't do this or that, and trying to get information so they can do like school kids, mock you and hurry up and get with a bunch of their friends and create a mock campaign, you know, among each other, because they're to try to make sure that their friends don't get the slightest curiosity of living a different way. All hurry up and no different than somebody on YouTube said they had me featured on their stupid YouTube channel with like Dead Wing Dorks or whatever the fuck you call it. I never even looked into it or even bothered. All that is something that, just like what people do in real life, they do it on the internet. Hurry up and get a mock campaign and try to be like down against something you're doing or different ways, and before somebody, because they're afraid somebody else is going to get interested some kind of way. Maybe they don't want to do things, say, my way or your way or whatever, but God forbid they find out something for themselves. Say they don't even listen to me. They leave this bunch of friends and find a passion of their own and something. Oh, you can't have that, so they got to go, and that's what the fuck that's all about. You know what I mean? Whether online or on fucking out there in real life.